Golden State outscoring Cleveland 15-3 in an 8-minute span there in the fourth quarter, now taking a commanding 3-1 series lead. Stephen A., what happened in Game 4?
Well, a couple of things that happened. Number one, Clay and Steph were hitting their shots, and you could see it coming. They found their stroke. Steve Kerr did an exceptional job of getting them open shots, I might add. He deserves a lot of credit for that. And the Golden State Warriors played as a team, and the Cleveland Cavaliers played as individuals. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving took 33 of Cleveland's 38 shots in the second half. They took all but 3 of Cleveland's shots in the fourth quarter. The starting shooting guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers, named J.R. Smith, played all but 5 seconds of the entire second half and did not attempt a shot. And that's not his fault, because they literally were not looking for him nor giving him the ball. Now, people want to point to Kyrie Irving, and they want to sit up there and say, Kyrie Irving, like 39 times in the series, he's come down the court without passing the ball, and he's jacked up shots. And he's hit a low, like 33% of those shots. But 50% of the shots he's made has been when he's passed the ball first. So it's an indictment against him as a point guard. Maybe that's the case over the course of the series, but let me tell you what I saw Friday night. I saw Kyrie Irving, and this is where I disagree with my man Mike Wilbon from Pardon the Interruption, the Godfather, one of the Godfathers. Mike Wilbon blamed Kyrie Irving. I said, I didn't see anybody that wanted the ball but Kyrie Irving. You know, maybe JR wanted to be late, but he's a spot-up shooter, and maybe he should have been fouled. But LeBron James certainly didn't seem like he wanted the ball. LeBron James played a horrible game Friday. He looked timid. He looked shy. He looked scared. I couldn't believe it. And I'm not even talking about the fourth quarter. I'm talking about the first 3 quarters before the fourth quarter. LeBron James didn't want to shoot. You can't beat the Golden State Warriors if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James is attempting 16 shots. It literally, and I'm not accusing him of being scared, I'm saying that's how he looked. Here's what I will make a stronger accusation about. He seemed more concerned about his numbers than about winning. Because if you end the day, if you're LeBron James, 25 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists, it was almost as if he's looking at the age of analytics and was saying to himself, well, 5-10 years down the road, if we lose these NBA finals, they're going to be able to look at my numbers and say I did my job. That's literally how he looked. And I could not believe what I was seeing. LeBron James is universally recognized as one of the top 2 players in the world. I don't want him to lose this championship. I've been on the record saying that. Even though I picked Golden State to win, I would be happy to be wrong, at least before Draymond Green's bogus suspension. I would have been happy to have been wrong, because I literally don't want LeBron, somebody as great as him, to have 5 NBA finals on his losses. But you know me, Skip, I'm going to call it by like what I see it, game to game. And Game 4, I'm only talking about Game 4, specifically Friday night, LeBron James didn't show up. I don't give a damn about his numbers. 25, 13, and 9 means nothing to me. I will always remember this game as the game where I was looking for LeBron James and he could not be found, because he would not shoot the ball. He passed up one opportunity after another after another. He looked literally scared to shoot his jump shot, like his jump shot has left him. And I don't even mind that. They take it to the hole all the time. Post up on the block. Do something. He did nothing. He did nothing. Kyrie Irving was the one guy that showed up and tried to get it done, that said, to hell with it, I'll do it myself. And I don't believe that one particular game is a game that Kyrie Irving should have been called out on. Maybe the others, but not Friday night. Friday night, that man was on the court, and the guy that was with him didn't want to shoot until Golden State stopped playing defense just so they could get the ball in bounds quick because of the intentional fouls that they knew were inevitably coming because they had the game in hand. That was when LeBron James got aggressive. And the last time I checked, that doesn't count.
I am so with you and then some on this one. I also want to say I love Michael Wilbon. He's my guy. I started the debate process here at ESPN with him back in 1992, and I always listen when he speaks. And I was very surprised at his anti-Kyrie take after the game. I was a little surprised, but very proud of your take immediately after the game. I got to tell you, you were brutal on LeBron James. Right after the game ended, like within 5 minutes, I saw you on SportsCenter, and you told it exactly like it was. And I thank you for that. You're not talking about game 3 or 2 or 1. You're talking about what happened, especially down the stretch of game 4.
That's what I do.
Thank you. I picked Cleveland to win game 4. I cannot tell you how disappointed I was in King James throughout the game, but especially down the stretch. I expected the same King James I saw force the action in game 3. I was proud of him for the way he led his team and inspired his team in game 3. And I saw no reason I shouldn't see more of the same in game 4. My mind was boggled by what I didn't see from LeBron right away. You're right, Stephen A. There must have been a dozen times King James drove into the lane with what I thought was a defensive mismatch where he had the advantage physically over somebody, even Iguodala. And he shied from going up strong. I know Ty Lue got fined $25,000 for protecting LeBron and saying, why wasn't he sent to the line more than 4 times? Shot 4 free throws in the game. You know why? The refs are just saying, we're out, man. You are not earning our respect because you're going up weak or you're giving up quickly in the lane to kick it to a shooter. I was saying, what are you doing? And right after the game, to their credit, we had Vince Carter on, we had Brendan Haywood on ESPN. I doubt you saw them, but they echoed your sentiments. What are you doing, LeBron? You cannot be that passive, that tentative. You can't send that message to your teammates. I don't want to go up strong tonight. You don't? This is it, man. You can make it 2-2 going back to Oracle. It's your house. It's your show. It's your stage. National TV. This is your game. Then we get to the final stretch. And with 10-plus minutes left, LeBron James got a kind of an accidental offensive rebound and a putback dunk. And I thought, wow, here we go. That put Cleveland up 83-81. And I'm thinking, good, got this. And you know what happened over the next 8 minutes, as Molly pointed out to start this topic. It went 15-3 Golden State. Now let's look at the numbers of what happened over those 8 minutes. LeBron James went 0 for 4 with 1 turnover. The 4 shots were 2 drives, one that got blocked by Iguodala, another that got blocked by Draymond. Should fouls have been called? I thought they were pretty good blocks. He wasn't going up strong. To use your word, he was shying from the rim, like begging for a foul that shouldn't have been called. And then he shied from the lane and took 2 threes that missed badly. That's his 0 for 4 in that stretch. He looked like he was playing tentatively to me, while Kyrie was just going for broke. Kyrie's looking at him saying, okay, if you don't want to do this, I'm going all out. I'm going to go down with the ship here. I'm going to try. And Kyrie went 1 for 7 in that stretch and missed his 2 threes. But he was playing with passion and aggression that I didn't see from LeBron.
And
so
not
I'm
only
sorry.
and not only that, he has to go up against Steph Curry.
Yeah.
So he's matching Steph Curry tit for tat.
Yeah.
You understand? Because you got to remember, Steph Curry hit like all 6 of his free throws in the 4th quarter. So, you know, that 38 is somewhat deceiving. Kyrie actually was giving it to him. Steph Curry give him something, Kyrie Irving comes right back. And then there was a sense that everyone knew that Kyrie was like, bump it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to do this myself.
Absolutely.
Because listen, Skip, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm not going to say any names, but I took the liberty of calling several people and running into a few folks while I was in Cleveland, friends of LeBron James. there's a whole bunch of people, just to be clear, that are going to have a conversation or
Good.
have already had
Good.
a conversation with LeBron James. Because
Yeah.
I'm not going to say their names or anything like that, but
Yeah.
everyone,
Like, what's up?
everyone was alarmed. His friends, loved ones, people like that. They're like, what the hell is up? Who is this?
I don't know.
That can't happen. Listen, LeBron, we're only talking about Game 4. This is not something. I'm not sitting there and putting a referendum on his career and all of this other stuff. The man, I'm only talking about Friday night. It was one of the weakest performances I've ever seen him put forth.
I would agree.
He literally left his boys hanging because he wouldn't shoot. If LeBron James sat up here, Skip, and shot 1 for 10 or whatever in the fourth, I mean, he's just missing everything, you know, or he took 30 shots and only made 9 or something like that. You know what I'm sitting here telling you, Skip? He was off. It happens.
Yeah.
It's the lack of aggression that we're talking about here. He seemed completely overwhelmed by the pressure of the moment.
I agree. And by the way,
it was like the pressure was there. He knew it was the most important game one could say the Cavaliers had in the last 20 years. And the pressure mounted. But here's the thing. I thought that was the most pressure. The problem now, Skip, is the Draymond Green incident, his post-game comments, which led to the suspension,
You're right.
now makes Game 5.
I agree.
The most important. This, with the exception of maybe the Boston game back in 2011, this might be the most important legacy game for LeBron James, because if he loses tonight without Draymond Green,
I got you. I'm
bad.
with you. And by the way, to your opening point about how misleading this box score line was for LeBron James, remember, he made 3 layups in garbage time in the last 2 minutes of this game that got him up to the 25. You just got to throw them out because the game had been virtually decided at the 2-minute mark. And finally, my last point to you is, an NBA insider you know very well, Mr. Smith, texted me right after the game was over on Friday night and said, and I quote, "If I could pour Draymond Green into LeBron James, I would have Michael Jordan." And I thought that was pretty insightful. I would buy that.
All right.
I can't poo-poo it, I'll tell you that much.
So the Warriors, will they be saying back-to-back like Drake, or will Cleveland keep it pushing to a Game 6 back in the land? The guys make their picks for Game 5.